Trump versus Thune. John Thune has said, okay, you want to vote on the Save America Act, which is doomed because we don't have the votes to break a filibuster? Sure, we'll give you a show vote, and then you'll see we don't have the votes, and then maybe we can move on. And it takes a lot to piss off John Thune, but as a student of John Thune from back when he was a House member, I think he's pretty pissed about all this. Okay, so let's assume that happens. Hogan, don't dissent. It's hypothetical if you don't believe it. Thune does a vote, tries to get it passed, if it doesn't pass. Then what happens, Haima? The president give up? Does he blame John Thune? Does he threaten to primary every Republican who votes no? What happens after it fails?
Maybe a combination of the above. But look, you can say what you want to say about John Thune, but he has played this game masterfully over the past few decades, and he's incredibly skilled legislator, and he understands this body more than most, with the exception of old school McConnell. And so I think John Thune is already starting to make his plan for a post-Trump Senate. And I think these next couple votes and couple floor scuffles are going to be emblematic of how he's thinking about moving his caucus forward post-Trump.
Yes, except for this calculation that may be a miscalculation by our good leader in the U.S. Senate. He's playing for a post-Trump Senate. Don't pass the SAVE Act. You may have a post-Thune Senate as well, because this is a huge issue for our side of the aisle. And Thune, I think, to his credit, is going, all right, here's the deal. Mr. President, you've got a lot of problems in the Senate. I'm going to run this SAVE Act to show you they're not named John Thune.
Yeah.
It's other people who are the problem here.
Here's one of my biggest complaints about reporters on Capitol Hill. I've not seen, and I've read a lot about it, and I've not had time to do it myself, but I don't cover Capitol Hill full time. Who are the votes they can't get? Why isn't anybody writing a story about who are the votes they can't get? When John Thune says we don't have the votes, who are they? Hogan, do you know who they are?
Yeah, there was a list of them today I actually saw on Twitter that someone had put out.
Murkowski, Collins, McConnell, Tillis.
But of the 25 Republican senators, 47% GOP conference, 22 of them are from safe red states.
Yeah.
So 9 are from where states Trump won by more than 30 points.
But when Thune says I don't have the votes, whose votes can he get?
It's not the vote for the SAVE Act, though. It's the vote to get rid of the filibuster. Vote on the SAVE Act.
I understand. Right. I understand. But who's that?
I know. I just want everyone to get the.
Okay.
He's also not going to whip those votes either. So I think that's the. Yes. I think that's the
dirty little secret. Yeah.
Yes. But did you see Cornyn? Did you see Cornyn's op-ed in the Post?
Yes. Let's talk about John Cornyn.
That was quite interesting.
Please.
Do you guys think Donald Trump's going to endorse John Cornyn, Haima?
I think so. And I also have to caveat this by saying, Mark, a couple of weeks ago, I said that Telerico was going to win. You did not agree with me.
You did.
And I was right on that ground game about Crockett.
You were right, and Kamala Harris and I were wrong.
Yeah.
Hogan, is John Cornyn going to get the endorsement of the president?
Perhaps, because of this move on the SAVE Act. And
I think he has to.
His argument in that op-ed was quite fascinating. I was on another show with our good friend Rick Santorum this morning, who was vehemently opposed to doing anything to subvert the filibuster, to get rid of the filibuster, which I get. I get the arguments for both sides here, but Cornyn's flip on that is actually fairly large, because he also called on his colleagues to join him with getting rid of it if need be. Then that precipitates the story you were just talking about, Mark, which is, who are the colleagues that need to flip on the filibuster?
Yeah. So until go ahead, Emma.
Well, I'm saying, if I were a Republican, I would not flip the filibuster at this point, with the Senate being up for contention, and the I think best case scenario for Republicans as it stands is 49-51 or 50-50. And if you slide one more, then the Democrats are going to use that to their advantage, and that's what Thune has been saying. I think that is a salient message. The Democrats, if the Republicans get rid of the filibuster, the Democrats are prepared to take advantage of that if they take over the Senate.
Yeah, as you know, a lot of Republicans say Democrats will do it anyway. So
they're going to. Yes, 100%.
They
vacillate on that. I don't know.
100%.
Anyway, until and unless the president endorses and gets Paxton out of the race, till that happens, unless that happens, we got a primary. We got a runoff, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, want to be part of the two-way community all the time? Hit the subscribe button. Great video clips like this, plus conversations like no other, full episodes and more, always available on this channel.
You got to hit subscribe to never miss a thing.
You can now listen to full episodes of The Morning Meeting and Two Way Tonight on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.